Hey everyone, it's Leslie Tagorda here for your Business StarCast for the week of March 14th through the 20th, 2021. Aloha! Welcome to the Savvy Luminary, an astrology podcast for entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Leslie Tagorda, an Aquarius boss woman, a brand designer, and business astrologer. I help visionaries, spiritual entrepreneurs, and impact makers just like you reach your highest potential and become the luminaries you are star charted to be. Thank you so much for making the time to listen to the cosmic weather for the week so that you can really plan your week and learn how to work with the energies that we all get to play with this week. Of course, I'm going to be going over the big shifts that we get to play with, meaning the shifts that are happening for everyone. And of course, these shifts are going to lay on top of your natal energies and then, of course, your natal transit. So we're all going to experience these shifts in just a little bit of a different way, but at least you can understand how you can go with the flow with this energy. Of course, we're still in Pisces season and all of the Pisces energy that are still building up. I'm actually recording this on Friday, March 12th, the day before the new moon. So right now we have the moon and the sun getting close to each other in Pisces. And we also have Venus and Neptune, both in Pisces. Again, just like this wonderful, wonderful Pisces energy that we are still swimming in for most of this coming week. Now, what this really means is that a lot of our energy when in Pisces, because it's so big, you can't really contain it in just mere words or mere logic, right? Pisces is a water sign and it's the last water sign. It's a mutable water sign. So it means it's like this big connection to spirit. If you listen to my last episode all about the new moon in Pisces, I talked all about this Pisces energy. And so if you're having a hard time getting clear, oftentimes it's about using your imagination and connecting through intangible ways: art, music, visioning, meditation. You probably already have this, like the last few nights, you might have had like just wild dreams, or, had this urge to pick up your musical instrument that you haven't touched in a while, or pick up watercolor painting. Like me, like I'm not a painter at all, but I was inspired to roughly put together some watercolors for myself. So, that's the real way to use this Pisces energy is to get clear through abstract thinking. Really harness this Pisces energy because, again, Pisces energy is about connecting to spirit and making things in flow, working in flow instead of trying to control, right? Pisces needs a lot of room to go, but it needs that container. Don't get me wrong, we still have to ground that energy, otherwise it can get really, really scattered. But make sure your container is big enough, is wide enough to contain all of this energy and dive into the artistry and the creativity this week in your business. So, if you're listening to this on Sunday, right when this episode drops, we are still in that new moon phase. So, new moon was on Saturday, so yesterday at exactly 2:21 a.m. Pacific, 5:21 a.m. Eastern. So, no matter where you were in the world, it happened on Saturday, and you have 72 hours after the new moon to really get your new moon intentions set. On my Facebook group, I posted this article about how scientists have found that the moon actually has this sodium atom tail, that it's kind of like a comet tail. And scientists have just discovered this. Well, of course, during the new moon phase, for whatever reason, the position of the moon and the sun and the earth at that one time, the tail is directly on planet Earth. So, me with my spirituality and my love of new moon rituals, I wonder if it's because of this sodium atom moonbeam that is showering the earth that are the things that we plant during the new moon season. The new moon time is so ripe for growth. So be sure to set your intentions for your business, to bring ease and flow and connection to spirit. Of course, on Monday, there's still time to sign up. If you want to join me for a very special new moon ceremony, I'll be joining Maria Santibanez, and she'll be doing this beautiful beautiful sound healing with her magical crystal bowls. We're going to be using the magic and spirit of music to help us set our intentions. And if you sign up, you'll get your worksheets right away so that you can set your intentions, get really clear, and come to the ceremony ready to plant those seeds. So if you're interested in joining us for that ceremony, again, it's on Monday, the 15th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. So a beautiful way to spend your afternoon and come together in circle to plant your intentions for your business with other entrepreneurs who love astrology and spirituality. So it's still a rather quiet week. Thank goodness. I could go through all of the different moon phases and tell you right after Pisces new moon, the moon moves into Aries. And at one level, it's really important to understand the when the moon moves into different signs, not necessarily to say like, oh, the moon is so powerful on this day or that day. And yes, in horary and electional astrology, when you're normally initiating things, you want to make sure the moon is in the right position. Too deep to go there. But really, what I like to do with noticing the signs of the moon is I like to notice, like, how do I feel when the moon is in a particular sign? So my moon is in Sagittarius. And so when it's in fire signs, like, I'm feeling pretty awesome, right? And when the moon is in water signs, not so great for me. But I bet for you, if you have a lot of water signs, maybe the moon in Cancer is really awesome for you. For me, it just drains me. So, you can always look at a moon calculator online and start to chart the moon, but the moon moves so quickly. We don't really have time to go into all of the different phases of the moon except for the main quarterly phases. And so we are still in the new moon phase for this week. Another thing that happened on the new moon phase that is still stretching over into this week, beginning our week, is that Mercury finally left the shadow zone on Saturday. So yesterday, Mercury finally left the shadow zone and gets to stay in Aquarius for just 2 days because now Mercury is like back on the highway with its foot on the gas and now moving full steam ahead. And Mercury loves being in Aquarius. Now that it's out of the shadow zone, it can like run freely. So for these next 2 days, for Sunday and Monday, parts of Monday anyway, really enjoy this quick pace because as soon as Monday evening starts, specifically at Monday, 3:26 p.m. Pacific, 6:26 p.m. Eastern, Mercury then runs straight into Pisces. So now we also have Mercury in this mix of Pisces. And Mercury in Pisces, while it's still going forward, for most people, Mercury in Pisces just feels like, oh, we're back in the retrograde because thinking is unclear. Remember, we've been talking about all of this Pisces energy, and Mercury is our logic and it's our ability to express ourselves and to communicate. So Mercury in Pisces being in some place really dreamy and very magical and very illogical is not really one for like getting clear communication. So keep your music set out, keep your art sets out, because that's going to really help you get clarity when things may not come so easily. So, you'll meet a lot of musicians and artists that have Mercury natally in Pisces. And one of the things about Mercury in Pisces is that you have to learn how to speak clearly. That is one of the goals for Mercury in Pisces. Yes, you can express yourself in all these amazing, dreamy ways. Like I think of like the amazing musicians like Kurt Cobain and Lady Gaga, also Mercury and Pisces people, right? They're just able to express their deepest selves through their music. But for the rest of us who, we still have to write marketing copy, we still have to clearly explain what we do. The key with people with Mercury and Pisces is learning how to bring that ease and flow and that beauty and that artistry, but then using the Virgo polarity to say, hey, is this really clear? Is this organized, right? And so Virgo and Pisces work together. So if you have a lot of Pisces energy, really lean on to that Virgo energy to help give it structure and help give it organization. But then once it's organized and once it's like really kind of like directed, then you can use your beautiful artistry to let things soar. So Mercury enters Pisces again on Monday, the 15th at exactly 3:26 p.m. Pacific, 6:27 p.m. Eastern, where communication goes beyond words. So it's during this season, Mercury is in Pisces until April 3rd. Okay. So while Mercury is in Pisces till April 3rd, make sure that your thoughts and your logic and your communications are really have that sense of ease and flow, have that sense of artistry, but then are still really clear. I know that feels contrary, but that's the Pisces energy. We had a few short days, right, of Aquarius in Mercury and Aquarius, crystal clarity, forward thinking before splash. Mercury in Pisces is anything but logical. Pisces is dreamy, imaginative, and much prefers communicating in abstract ways like art, music, and silence. Luckily, Mercury is full speed ahead, spending just a few weeks until April 3rd in this watery space, right? So after Mercury leaves Pisces, it'll jump into Aries on April 3rd. And so while Mercury is in Pisces, it's a great time to think of non-verbal or non-logical ways to communicate and share your ideas. And then, you know what? For the rest of the week, it's pretty quiet. Another quiet week. But that's not to say what I love doing again, I really encourage you is to keep a little journal. And I have a moon journal, and you can, there's tons and tons of beautiful like soul planners and journals out there. I often use this one called Llewellyn's astrological pocket planner because it has an ephemeris, and this is what I use for my just to look at the planetary movements. But for example, in the Llewellyn's, they have like just weekly journals, and you can just jot little notes. And I just put like little notes like tired, how to fight with my husband, frustrated, like little things. And then that's how it helps me really embody what these transits feel like, so that I know that the next time when the moon moves into a certain sign, I can say, oh, that's probably not a good time for me. And I actually have the evidence for me, for my personal experience in my journal, so I can make better decisions for myself. That's how I really start to work with the energies of the cosmos. Now, it's not for us to be freaked out about what's happening. Again, this is energy that we get to play with, that we get to harness, and this energy is happening to everyone. Of course, these energies will lay on your own natal chart and give you an extra oomph or give you an extra push or extra tension, all of those things. But as long as we're really mindful, we get to work and play with these energies in harmony instead of working against them. So at the very end of the week, on the 20th, I believe that's Saturday. Yep, on the 20th, Mars trines Saturn. So Saturn's in Aquarius, Mars is in Gemini, both in the air signs. So they're trining each other at exactly 7:35 p.m. Pacific, 10:36 p.m. Eastern. And so you'll be feeling this midweek where Mars is getting closer to trining with Saturn. And this is a really awesome time to have focused motivation, right? Mars in Gemini is a little bit scattered, but it's really fast and it's really quick. And then Saturn is saying, like, hold on, Nelly, let's get you focused here. Let's get you disciplined. Let's work on what's important. And you're taking responsibility and consistency thanks to Saturn. But now it doesn't feel like a slap in the face because it's a trine. It feels really supportive. You're like, oh yeah, let's focus on what's really important. And if you're working, if you're feeling like because Mars is in Gemini, and you're really motivated with communicating, this will be an even more aligned way of using this energy, focusing on your communications. And then Saturn in Aquarius, dispersing this and delivering this using technology. Old and new, that's Aquarius. So what will you prioritize that will have lasting momentum in your business? It is a great day, that day, or even leading up to it and a few days after. So it's a great time to systemize your marketing for engagement. Systemize is Saturn. Engagement, marketing for engagement is Gemini and Mars in Gemini. Mars, our motivation and drive, is in flow with Saturn, our discipline and responsibility. Both air signs, Mars in Gemini and Saturn in Aquarius, you'll want to socialize and share information. So, how can you create foundational and lasting systems, that's Saturn, that will allow you to prioritize engagement, that's Mars, most likely across tech platforms or social media, that's Aquarius. You don't have to look far, look to what has been working for you already. Where are you getting the most engagement? What topics seem to spur conversation? Start there and build on that. You don't have to have it all figured out today, but get those ideas on board to your team so that you can make use of this great energy. So that's all we have today for the upcoming week of March 14th through the 20th. Astrology for entrepreneurs. Go forth and work with this energy. You got this. Oh, and remember, if you're still open to crafting your new moon ritual and you want to do it in circle, please join me and Maria Santibanez for our new moon ceremony on Monday, March 15th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern for a beautiful sound bath and new moon ritual. You can sign up at thesavvyluminary.com/new moon. All right, I'll talk to you on Wednesday where we have an interview with the beautiful Steph Gaudreau. She'll be talking all about intuition and using it to nourish and move your body. Mahalo for listening to this brand new podcast. If you enjoyed learning about astrology for entrepreneurs, help me spread the word by sharing this podcast with your business besties and hop over to The Savvy Luminary for links to episode notes and our free Facebook community where you can send me questions about astrology or branding as well as connect with other like-minded businesses.